Hello guys, my name is Lindo. Today I want to talk about some of the things that you might want to know before you can come to varsity. Maybe you're waiting for your metric results, maybe you're in metric, maybe you're going to go to metric, maybe you've been taking a gap year and now you decide that, you know what, I want to go to varsity. Okay, for me specifically, I'm studying at Vets University. I'm studying aeronautical engineering. So let's talk about some of the things that you might want to know, because honestly most people when they come here they have no idea of what's going on in university. Not that they don't have an idea, but then they don't get to talk to people who are already in varsity and they can get to know their views and whatever that they are seeing. They're only relying on the information that the university is giving them, like the prospectus. I may tell you, when you come here, when I came to varsity, I only knew about whatever that the prospectus was telling me. When you're telling me that it's gonna be great, you're gonna enjoy your life, and I'm seeing pictures of people sitting at the lawns, studying in groups, eating, hugging one another. Others are they're talking about the freshers party. They're talking about all sort of fun that you're going to have here, all sort of activities that are available here, and I'm like, this is gonna be hella great, I'm ready for this. But then in actual fact, the university most of the time is not what they say it is in the prospectus. Yes, all those activities that they're talking about, they are there. All of them, all the clubs and societies, all the fun that they're mentioning in the prospectus, they are there. Which brings me to my first point, that university's life is not really what they are telling you on the prospectus. Of course, they cannot mention the depression that students are facing. They cannot mention all the hard times that students are talking about, all the sleepless nights, all the fights, emotional, physical, stress that you're gonna have when you're coming here. Because of course you're gonna get scared and be like, I am not going there. So they talk about the good side in the prospectus. They never really mention about the bedside. Nah, man. Even if they talk about, they're telling that we are here for you. There's help. There's CCTU. Okay, CCTU. Maybe it's just for vets. I don't know about other institutions, whatever that help that they're using to help the students. But then here at Vets University, we're having what we call the CCTU. You will know about it if you're coming to Vets. They're going to tell you about the helpline. They're going to mention all of those things, that there's anxiety, depression, whatever foundation that is going to help you. But then those things, man, they're never going to be enough, because sometimes whatever that you're going to go through, it will be only you can feel it, but then you don't have the words to explain it when course is getting deep. They're never going to show you that students, they sleep at libraries. They're never going to tell you that some students, they spend days without food. So by that I mean that be prepared to somehow be broke at some point, or to see other people being broke in such a way that they don't have food, they don't have maybe toiletries, they don't have money to afford the needs. Be ready to see such things. Be ready to see such things. It might affect you directly. You might be the one who's going to experience it, or the person next to you. But then trust me, it is going to happen. Others, they don't have accommodation, especially when the year starts, when the academic year starts. Some students, they don't have accommodation. So others, they have to go squat somewhere. Others, they have to go sleep at the libraries while they're still trying to fix their accommodation status so that they can find a place to stay. It is difficult, especially in the first week, in the first few weeks, I may say. So the life that we are seeing on the prospectus, it is just the facet of university, just one side of it, one good side of it, obviously, that we mostly want to see. Obviously, when I'm in grade 12, I don't want to be told that university is tough. I don't want to be told that I'm gonna be broke. I don't want to be told that I'm gonna sleep at the library. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that it's gonna be great. You're gonna go party. There's freshers party. You're gonna be chilling with your friends. Then you're gonna make a lot of friends, different races, all of that. I want to hear all of that, right? And obviously, I don't blame you when somebody from university comes and tells you the truth about the university, that how tough it is, and you don't really believe them because you are still in metric, and then you're getting those distinctions, and you're like, no, you guys, when you get to varsity, you start to play. You are playing. You don't start when you get there. You go to Joe's, and then Joe's changes you. And it's not like that. Joe's doesn't change us, guys. Guys, Joe's doesn't change us. It is the university that will just drag you down. So I talked about that, the life here, it is not generally what you think it is. Most students, when they come here, even myself, when I came to university, I didn't know much about it. I only knew from the prospectus and other things that I was finding from the internet, from the documents that the university was sending me. Oh, they had all the good, lovely stuff that it's gonna be like this, gonna be like this, gonna be like this. And I also applied for accommodation, told me about what I have to bring address, all those things. It was all exciting until when I got here and I see that, you know what, this is kind of a different world from what they told me. Yes, everything that they've mentioned that you're gonna do and you can do, it's all there, but then with what time? I don't have the time for it. I'm having classes left, right, center, assignments, project, group meetings, everything, meeting new friends, getting lost, all those kind of things. Where will I get time to do all the things that you told me to do? Or to experience or to try before I get the degree? Okay, so, and I told you that most people, money-wise, that is a big problem. If you're not gonna be having, let me say, if you're not going to be a catered student, and if you're not gonna find rest as soon as possible, it's gonna be tough, because the lectures, they're gonna continue with the academic year whilst you are busy out there looking for accommodation. So you better sort out your stuff. You better make sure that you have accommodation, either by applying to the university accommodation before they close on the normal here at Vest. They close on the 30th of September. So as soon as applications they open, don't just apply for academic purposes, apply also for accommodation, just in case you don't find space outside, because accommodation is a big problem. At some point, some years, the SRC, the Student Representative Council, they end up having to strike. They end up having to fight with the admin, because students don't have accommodation. Students are sleeping in libraries. Students don't have a place. Students are going hungry. How they are expecting you, to attend a class at the same time and go to look for accommodation. Let me tell you, yes, you do need the accommodation, and you also want to participate in class. You wanna, get ahead along with your peers. It is so stressful. Imagine when you come here, all of that is happening in the first week. You're gonna be feeling down. You're gonna be, the stress. I've seen people going through such things. So make sure that you know where you're going to be accommodated when the academic year starts. If you have applied at the university for university residence, okay, they will let you know if you're accepted or not. That is easier. But then if you don't apply for the residence at the university, then you I don't know, you better start searching about on how accommodate this off-campus accommodation is, because I have no idea. I never stayed off campus, and I hope I won't stay off campus until I get my degree. Just make sure that you have all the information that you need. Another thing is that most of us, when you are coming from maybe the villages, of course, the picture of the university that we're having, it is that you're gonna need all those fancy clothes, you're gonna need all those branded clothes, label, Nike, Adidas, why? You name them, you know them better. I don't know them because I don't have them. You think you're gonna need to be wearing all those kind of things. To be honest, nobody cares about what you're wearing as long as you're not naked. Yes, as long as you're not naked, nobody cares. But then I don't mean that you should be repeating your clothes from Monday to Friday. I don't mean that. But then with those minimum clothes, whatever that we're having as your clothes, the general clothes are enough. Trust me, I've seen that most students, they prefer wearing sneakers. So one good pair of sneakers and other things, sandals or whatever they are, there'll be enough clothes. Come on, man. I'm just wearing my blouse from Rage. I'm just wearing my basic clothes. Doesn't matter much. Whether be it from Pep or anything else, that it's not supposed to worry you at all. It's not supposed to be one of the things that you are worried about when you're coming to university. I know that you freak out, oh my god, I'm not gonna have clothes. My friends will be changing their clothes from Monday to Friday. They're gonna be wearing all those expensive things, branded and everything else. And when I don't, that shouldn't worry you at all. As long as you're not naked, the most important thing is that as long as when you are clean, when the clothes are washed, ironed well, everything is fine. Nobody cares. You go to attend your class. And trust me, nobody's going to come to you and ask you, why are you wearing a t-shirt from Pep? Even if they know that it's from Pep, no one will come to you like, why are you wearing a t-shirt from Pep? Come on, it just doesn't make sense that you're going to be worried that my peers will be wearing beautiful clothes, whatever, Gucci and Nike. Yes, there are people like that. Trust me, in university there is everything that you can imagine. There is fashion, there is drama, there are relationships happening. There are relationships happening, there are businesses happening, there are academics happening, there's music happening, there's partying happening, there's everything that you can think of. Even there's smoking happening. Yes, there's sports happening. All the things that you can think about, okay? They are here. And then if you want to experience all of them, if you want to try all of them, it's your choice. Definitely, it is your choice. Nobody is gonna stop you. This brings me to my next point about the freedom. When I came to varsity, I was told that there's freedom in varsity. There's a whole lot of freedom, but I didn't know that there's too much freedom. Yes, I knew that there's freedom. I didn't know that there's just too much freedom. I thought that when I'm going to go to race, I knew that I was going to accept it in a university residence, and then this is what I thought. I thought that, okay, you'll have to report maybe when you want to go somewhere, you have to report that, I'm going to visit my friend and I will come back after an hour, and then if you don't come back after an hour, somebody's going to call you and tell you that you said you're going to come back after an hour, where the hell are you? It's nothing like that. If you want to leave rest and go sleep out, you can do that. Nobody's going to ask you, why did you leave? Where were you with? Nothing. Remember, your parents are not here. Your mama, your papa, gogo, mkulu, they are not here, and they're never gonna be here. Whatever decision that you're going to take when you're in the school premises or off campus, it's all on your own. Let me just say, basically, you are an adult who can take care of himself or herself better. Okay, so there's too much freedom. Like I said, there is everything here. If you want to skip all your classes, it's all up to you. But then you know that every bad thing that you do, you might suffer the consequences at the end, okay? It's okay, we all do skip lectures at some point because you feel like, oh, I can't take it anymore. Sometimes it's just laziness. Of course, sometimes it's just laziness. Sometimes it's just the peer pressure, when you're talking to your friend in the morning and be like, okay, I'll see you in class. And they'll be like, what? I am not going to school today. Like, why? I just don't feel like going to school. And you start thinking that, should I even go to school? Like, I even hate that module. Back to sleep. It happens. So not a bad thing. It is a bad thing, but let me just say it happens. Some of the classes that you're going to attend, they are not so... It's gonna be nice. Trust me, not all of the classes that you're gonna attend, you're gonna like them. Some of the modules you're gonna hate them, but you just have to go through them because, well, they are part of your academics, and then you can't go to the next year without doing them. Okay. So yes, there's too much freedom. It is really up to you on what you wanna do. If you wanna skip all the classes for the rest of the year, you can skip them. But then, of course, izokopana kuma results, okay? Results. There are people who miss classes like a lot and then they make it at the end of the year. There are those who don't miss a class at all, but then they still fail. And then there are those who miss classes and they still fail. So you're gonna choose on how you want to play your part, So whatever that decision that you're going to make, just be smart about it. Just make sure that at the end it doesn't give you a fail in your first year. Oh God, a fail in the first year, I feel like is the most traumatizing thing ever. I didn't fail in my first year. Thank God I didn't fail. So, but then seeing people failing in first year, I think it's just trauma. It's just bad. It's just as bad as someone, I don't know, being kicked out maybe or being fired at a job or whatever it is, whatever it is that is bad that you can compare it to. But then I don't wish anyone to fail. So I know that when you come to varsity, most of the time you're not careful about some of the things. You don't know that some of the slightest mistake that you can make, they can cost you. Like I talked about people skipping classes, and that some people, they do skip classes, that and also that you can skip classes if you want. But let me tell you something. There are some classes that are compulsory and you have to attend that class. If you don't attend that class, you might not qualify for examination. Okay, so imagine you don't want that. You don't want to skip a class that will put you in trouble at the end with the lecture or with the school or whatever it is, or with your faculty. Okay, so if they're saying a class is compulsory, show up whether you're tired or not. At times I know this is a bad thing, but any times, like when they're having a tutorial and they're telling you that it's compulsory, even if you're not going to write a test or anything that lasts, but then it is compulsory for you to attend, the tutor will give you a register. The tutor will give you a register, like this is the register, and then if you are present, you just sign next to your name like that on that specific day. Some people, I'm not saying you should do it, and then I'm not saying I've done it before. Who knows, maybe I might have done it in my first year. So you know that the class is compulsory and maybe you didn't make it. You tell your friend that, bro, you know what, sign for me. You shouldn't do that always, because it's bad. And then it's not that always the tutor will be handing out the register or whatever it is to you for you to sign. Okay, sometimes might be calling names, and I cannot stand for you if you're not there. If the tutor is busy, like calling your name, let me just say Mtombe Nikolani, and then you're not there, I cannot say present. I can't be Tulani and be Lindo at the same time. Okay, yeah, so I talked about that. You know that being broke is going to be part of life. Being broke, you know that you're gonna be broke. It's just nice when you are catered, because you know that, you know what, no matter how broke I am, even if I owe the bank, even if I'm having a negative bank balance, I'm still gonna eat 3 times a day. That's the nice part about being a catered student. Okay, yeah, you're gonna be broke. University life is not going to be what you really think it is. And then the other thing is that there's too much freedom. Yes, there's freedom, and too much of it. There's everything that you can think about. There's everything, trust me. There's everything, fashion wise, whatever that you want. And then that clothes shouldn't be much of a big deal to you. Don't worry too much about having expensive clothes. As long as you're wearing whatever that you're comfortable in, it's okay. Whether you look like a go-go, whether you look like a mkolo. But of course, if you like your clothes and they are clean, you also clean yourself, it's really okay. And the saddest part is that based on the academic performance, even the smartest kids here, they do fail. Okay, you might come up as a top student in the country, in the state, in the province, in the district, in the village. People do fail. Okay, I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just telling you the truth, because things are different here. There is a video whereby I talk about if your matric results, do they determine on how you're going to perform in your first year. I prefer that you watch that video. It explains a bit more that on how your grade 12 results are not really directly related on how your first year performance is going to be like. Okay, but I can tell you that even the smartest kids here, they do fail. And I know that when you get here, you get to be dumb. There's just too much happening here, guys. There's just too much happening here. And like I said, you might be the top student wherever you're coming from, and then when you get here, you don't have accommodation. Like I said, that situation again, your peers are moving with cost, you're studying, academic year continues, you yourself, you don't have space, you don't have where you're sleeping, you don't have food, you don't even have a bursary. You are going around for the maybe first 2 weeks, you are looking for space, you don't have food. Imagine what that does to your mental state. Imagine the depression. And then voila, once you get back on feet, you are fine, you're sorted. You are like 4 weeks behind already, because when you get to varsity, when you are registering immediately, you are 4 weeks behind. Imagine you are adding 2 weeks on top of that 4 weeks, you are 6 weeks behind, my friend. So see how difficult it is that you can make it, because you need time also to forget about all the things, all the pain, the trouble that you went through when you're still looking for accommodation or for bursary or for whatever, or for food. You have to forget, and it won't just happen like forgot about it, let's move on. You're still gonna have flashbacks that are gonna attack your emotions and causes moving on the other side. So yes, that was just little bit of things that I know about varsity. And the last thing is that on friendships, well, the circle of your friends will keep on changing, right? When you're still in first year, you really don't know who you want to make friends with. Maybe you might meet a big friends, a big group in the first place that you're gonna be friends with, but as time goes on, you guys, one goes that way, another goes that way. That shouldn't make you to feel bad. It's not that maybe they don't want you, or they might not want you because you don't fit in their circle. You might also not want them because you feel like they don't fit in whatever that you want. So don't try to force friendship. If you do feel like these people, they're not making me too comfortable, maybe they constantly criticize you, they constantly make you to feel small, especially, let me just say, if you are that village person who is just having the basic clothes like me, nothing smart, not a fancy home, there's no ceiling at home, there's no water in the yard, you are no flushing toilet, just a basic home, from a dusty village, and then you meet these city people who are coming from rich families, and every time they're talking about things, they're talking about movies, they're talking about all the things that you're doing, or all the things that they were doing back in high school, all those fancy things. And then every time when they're talking about that, all you can do is to look at them, admire them, and you're feeling bad that you cannot contribute to the conversation. They just, or maybe at times they won't do it because they just like talking about it. They will just do it just to show you how poor you are. So imagine having to live with those people for the next 5 or 10 years or whatever years. You don't want that. So paving your way, it's okay. Nobody's gonna ask you. You're not here because of them. They're not the ones paying for your fees. They're not the ones paying for your accommodation. They're not the ones who are gonna, they might help you to study, but then really, come on, there are a whole lot of people that you can meet in university that can also do the same thing, and even better, without criticizing you about your background, about the clothes that you're wearing, or about your looks in general. So don't worry, the cycle is gonna keep changing until you're gonna find those friends that that they're gonna stick with, the friends that are, the friends that you can really relate with, friends that understand your situation, or you're kind of coming from the same background, so you understand each other better. You will find those kind of friends, and then life will be good. So I wish you all the best in your first year. I'm still gonna share more information about them, and then, well, I always leave my WhatsApp numbers in my description and in the comment. If you wanna talk to me via WhatsApp, I'm more than happy to see you on WhatsApp. So take care, and don't forget that you're still living in a pandemic. So wash your hands, sanitize, wear your mask, and ciao ciao.